Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Doherty. I'm with Toronto Fire Services. I've been a firefighter for 29 years, and I'm just here to talk about, I sat on a panel today with Healthy Minds. They coordinated this panel, and I was able to share my experiences with regards to my recovery from PTSD. One of the things I took away from the panel today is that we have a lot of programs in place. There's a lot of good programs out there. There's a lot of good resources. It's a matter of time now is to get these resources into the hands of the people that really need it. One of the challenges I feel is that we need to have a mechanism in place to get these programs deep down into the roots of the people that are still suffering. That's the mechanism that I think we need to really work on. But the panel itself gave a good input into the what's out there today, and we know there's lots of work to be had. But I had a situation with PTSD. I had a call back in 1992. Fire Captain Andy Doherty, he was killed, and that not only affected me, but affected the whole profession, and especially the city of North York at the time. I just didn't know how to maneuver through my feelings with that. One of the things that I realized is that I just have to, we always say, suck it up, buttercup, and move on. So I did, but I never really did facilitate, know and understand where I was. Continued on, then I had a bad call where I was at a murder scene. It was a known murder scene. I found the victim slash patient. I had to cut her down from shelving, and it was a horrific call. It was one of those calls where you have maybe one of those in your lifetime, and it affects you for the rest of your life, and that was a call. I didn't know how to manage that call. I did as best I could with what I had, but the reality is I just, eventually I started self-medicating. Every time I went to the court case, one of the things where I felt guilty about not being able to do a little bit more, and every time I just didn't feel right. We talk about the moral compass, and here I am acting like Superman, trying to save everybody else, but the reality was I couldn't save myself. And I just spiraled, and I didn't know what was going on, but I knew something was going on. Eventually you fall into one situation after another. I had to take myself off the job before I was fired, essentially, and that's what I did. That was back in 2012, and that was a tough road. It was a tough road for a few years before that. And even for a couple of years after, I was able to get back to work in January of 2014. And now I have to do things. I have to look after myself first and foremost. And I can't live in that negativity. I have to have my moral compass, and I have to identify what I need today to keep me going for tomorrow.